Welcome, 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 Cacaoistas. Today I want to guide you on a journey to connect with your money spirit guide. My name is Sorrell, plant spirit medicine woman, and I'm a Cacaoista and a shamanic healer. And I wish to carry you through this cacao ceremony today to help you to tune into the blocks that might be causing a resistance to the flow of money into your life, and also help you to tune in to what might bring more into your life. So when we are journeying together, there are certain things that we do practically to enhance the experience. One of them is to initially cleanse our energy field so that when we do travel into the spirit realm, we personally are at the highest vibration possible for this day. And in that way, we are magnetizing good vibes. Just the way when we're magnetizing money towards ourselves, we want to send out the right vibration to then attract the right vibration. So the first thing I want to guide you through is a cleansing exercise where we're using our hands and we're going to cleanse the 3 layers of our energy field. So the outer layer, which is like a protective bubble around us. The next layer is the emotional layer. And the next is the physical layer. So let's do that together. I'm going to stay seated while I do this, push my little chair a little bit backwards so you can see a bit more of me. Hands in front of the heart. I like to cup them so I can collect the energy from the heart. We're opening up the heart chakra. We're imagining that it's pouring love and light into our hands, and we're scooping it up over the top of our heads and opening up to the universe. We share our love and light with the universe, and the universe showers us with love and light, and then we bring that all the way through the outside of the energy field to cleanse away anything which has been projected onto us. Then we gift that to the earth, so my hands are touching the ground. If for any reason you can't touch the ground, then you just shake your hands, just give it a little wiggle, stamp your feet a little bit if you want to. So we're releasing through the tips of the meridians into the earth. Mama Earth is a powerful sorceress. She can turn a carbon deposit into a diamond. And so we thank her for turning any heavy energy that doesn't serve us into the good stuff again. Okay, coming back to the heart chakra, opening the heart chakra up, allowing it to pour love and light into the hands, scooping that love and light up over the head, opening up to the universe, and now bringing the love and light from the universe in to the emotional layer, all the way through from the outer bubble to the skin, the outer side of our body, all the way down to the ground. Gifting that emotional energy, any stress, any anxiety, any worries, all the way into the earth. Thank you, Mama. Shaking that off. Thank you. Okay, now coming back to the heart, one last layer, the physical layer. Let's gather the energy from the heart, thanking the heart for opening up and gifting that love and light to us into the hands. We share it with the universe. And the universe is showering us with love and light always, but now we are open to it. So as we receive that love and light, we draw it in through the physical, through the crown chakra, all the way through the chakra system, through the meridians, all the way down into the ground again, cleansing away any energy which we can release today so that we are of the highest vibration possible. The next thing we do is to call in the sacred directions, and we do this with our cacao. So those of you who are partaking of cacao today, if you haven't drunk it already, which I do advise that you save it for this moment, we are going to use our cacao cups and we're going to share our cacao with the spirits. And in that way, we are welcoming them in the most delightful way possible into our ceremony, and to create a vessel, a container, to receive the information, the wisdom, and maybe even some of the healing that we need to connect with our money spirit guide and to reach the financial goals that we are calling in this lifetime. So the first position I'm going to be in is the east direction. Then we'll move around the horizontal plane, then below, then above, and finally connecting within. So I'm going to turn my back to you as I begin to connect in with our spiritual friends in the east. Beloved spirits of the east, we welcome you and we share our cacao with you today. We call upon the fire, the dawn, the rising sun. We call upon the eagle and the condor to join us in ceremony today. Please guide us on the journey into the upper realms to connect with the spirit guide that will help us to navigate the path with money that we are on. Thank you for joining us. Aho. Connecting now with our friends in the south. We call our friends in the south, beloved spirits, we welcome you and share our cacao with you today. We call the water the flow of life, the day and the warmth of the noontime sun. And we call Mama Snake, who teaches us to shed the past the way she sheds her skin. She reminds us to release the past so that we can expand and grow into the fullest version of ourselves. All things in nature must blossom and reach their highest potential before they pass. And so we invite Snake here to help us with that prospect of prosperity. We also want to remind ourselves here with Mama Snake to walk softly upon the earth so that we are in alignment with our highest values, that we are not dishonoring the earth or each other in any way as we tune in to the directions. We welcome you. Aho. Connecting in with our friends in the West now, we welcome you. We welcome the dusk and the setting sun, and we celebrate how far we've already come. We offer gratitude for everything we've already received this lifetime. We also tune into the earth element, the fertility of life, and Mama Jaguar. Mama Jaguar teaches us to be brave, to face the shadows that are restricting us from becoming our fullest selves. When we bring them home, we integrate them, we heal them, and we become whole again. Beloved spirits, we welcome you, sharing our cacao with you today. Aho. Connecting now with our friends in the north, we welcome you. We welcome the night, the bright moon shining. We welcome the air and clarity of thought. We welcome our ancestors and Hummingbird. Please teach us how to trust this path. Please teach us how to only accept the best in our lives, the way that you only drink the sweetest nectar. We welcome you, sharing our cacao with you. Aho. Now we come down to the earth beneath our feet. So you might want to humble yourself and squat down to the ground or tune your intentions into the ground. Mama Earth, we welcome you. Thank you for everything that you bring to us, the food, the shelter. Thank you for all our earth relations, the plant people, the stone people, the animals, furry, feathered and finned, the creepy crawly ones, the slithery slimy ones. We welcome in the mushrooms, friendly bacteria, and all life forms on earth. Please help us to remember that we need to live a harmonious life with you. We wish to be prosperous. We wish to be abundant, but we wish to be benevolent and in balance with all our relations. We welcome you, Aho, and share our cacao with you. Connecting up now, reaching up. So we're connecting with the sky realm around us. Of course, the sky is all around us because we have the breath of life. So we welcome Father Sky. We thank him for the breath of life, the winds of change, the blue skies and the grey. And we share our cacao with you. Aho. Now we tune into the cosmic realm. We welcome in Grandmother Moon. Thank you for showing us how to be in flow. Thank you to Grandfather Sun for shining his golden light upon us. And the cosmic realm relations, the star nations, who teach us so much about love and light and the new path as we evolve into the new earth. We welcome you and share our cacao with you. And finally, we're connecting in with our heart space and we're calling on Great Spirit. This energy is the creative force that flows through all life. We wish to tune in with Great Spirit now, inviting Great Spirit into this ceremony so that they can help to guide our journey into the upper realms, so that we can connect with the spirit of money, our money spirit guides, so that we can learn from them, so that we can reach our highest potential, individually, but also as a collective. We welcome you and share our cacao. Aho. And now welcoming ourselves to the ceremony. If you have not yet drunk your cacao, or perhaps you're supping on a cup of tea, then that's all good. Now you can have a little time. I'm going to give you a few minutes to enjoy drinking your cacao or your tea or whatever you're up to, getting snuggly, getting settled in the space. Now we are going to be going on a shamanic journey. We're going up into the upper realms today. When we go into the upper realm, it's all love and light. There's no heavy energy to worry about at all or to work with, no trickster energy. So it's a super safe way of exploring the connection to the spirit world. When I first did this journey around money, I didn't know which direction to go in. And so I asked my gatekeepers who are the gatekeepers to the spirit realm for me, to show me the path. And they've suggested that you could go anywhere. You could stay in the middle realm, you could go into the lower realm, you can go into the upper realms, that money is an energy that flows through all three realms. However, they advised me to connect to the upper realm for the highest good, for the highest potential of money. And so that's where we're going to be going together today. Now, some of you may have done journeys before, shamanic journeys into the upper realm. And so those of you who have not done these kinds of journeys before, I'm going to give you a little guidance in the way that we do this process. It's a process of using our imagination. And when we're using our imagination, we are tapping into our shamanic mind, our right brain consciousness. We have two halves of the brain, the right brain, the left brain. The left brain is the logical brain, the linear brain. It remembers how we walk 2 feet in front of the other. It remembers our name. It remembers what we've got to cook later for dinner, kind of thing. And our right brain isn't bothered with any of that stuff. Our right brain is connected to the whole universe. It's our imagination. It's our creative brain. So it's our right brain that we want to activate more fully today. Now, to do that, we are going to be tapping into our imaginations. When I invite you to visualize, I want you to sense it in whichever way works for you, which means there is no right or wrong way to do this at all. You might hear the words that I'm offering you like you're just listening to a podcast or the radio, and it's just going in one ear, out the other. That's all good, just following the story. You also might perceive it in a visual way, and that's wonderful if you do, but not that many of us are actually visual when we go through these processes. So I'll be asking you to sense it in whatever way works for you, and it could even be a kinesthetic, a somatic experience in the physical body. To help us to activate that right brain consciousness as well, we work with these beautiful gongs. The gongs are very helpful to quieten the left brain consciousness so the right brain can take up more space, because they all make 12, 13 different sounds each at least. And they're quite confusing to the left brain. And that helps to enhance the right brain, give it space to take over a little bit more energy. The left brain is usually very dominant in the Western mind, particularly because we've gone to school and we've trained in that linear way of learning, and our right brain maybe hasn't had as much attention, unless you are particularly you've worked as an artist or something like that, where you've chosen to expand that right brain consciousness. So the gongs will assist that process. The gongs also, because they make such complex noises, it's really helpful if you've got a good set of headphones or speakers to listen to this gong vibration that's coming through. Otherwise, it can sound a little bit like white noise if you're just listening to it through a phone or a laptop. Then you might not get the most beautiful experience with the gongs, because they really can be amazing, but you do need to either be in the room with me, which is a wonderful thing, but because we're going global, it's more helpful if you can plug yourself in to a decent sound transmitter so that you can have the fullest experience. So I'll be playing the gongs while I'm guiding you verbally on this journey. To journey, we will be imagining that our conscious mind is represented by a little spark of pure white light, and it's going to fly out through the crown chakra, and it's going to go on a journey into nature. So I want you to connect with somewhere in reality, in this plane of existence where we walk. This could be your own garden. This could be a garden from your grandma, perhaps, where you used to visit grandma and connect with the fairy realm. This could be a beach or a mountain or a forest. It's got to be somewhere you feel connected to spirit already, like a little bit blissful. When we get there with our imaginations, we will then tune in to a way to ascend, to go upwards. So if you are on a mountain, you might want to climb the mountain. And if you are in a forest, you might want to open a door in the tree or climb up the tree like a little monkey. When we get to the very top of the thing that we're climbing, hopefully you will have popped through into the upper realm. I feel it like I'm popping through a layer of cloud, and then I come through into the upper realm landscape. And when I'm up there, then I can sense the energies of the upper realm. The energy of the upper realm is vast. It's so expansive. It's infinite. And when we're up there, it can be very varied as to how we perceive it. There's a wonderful phrase in shamanism that we use, which is, I'll show you where to look, but I'm not going to tell you what to see. And so this is very true for this experience today, that I will guide you there, but it's infinite the types of ways that you could actually perceive the upper realm. So I'd love to hear from you and learn how you perceive it. For me, I perceive it like I'm floating on fluffy clouds, and it's a bit cartoon-like. When I connected in with my money spirit guide, they appeared to me in a quite angelic human form with white hair but gold eyes. They were a bit like gold coins in the eyes, and they were very gentle, very loving. When you connect with your spirit guide, is your money spirit guide, your money advisor, then they may come in a different form. They may come in an angelic form. They may come as a energy, like a ball of light. They may come in a cartoon form. That's also absolutely wonderful and fun if that happens. It could be absolutely anything at all, so I'm going to leave it there. It could be an animal spirit as well. They're very, very common to come through when we do these journeys. In the upper realm, we don't have to worry about whether we're getting the right connection or not. We will immediately receive the right connection. There's no tricks to energy there. And so when we do connect with our money spirit guide, I will have a few questions just to prompt you to explore your connection with money. Like, what are the blocks to money? What are the things that I can do to bring more money into my life? How do I navigate money in a way that is gregarious or benevolent, if you wish to? So there may be lots of other questions. There may be some epigenetic wounds that you've inherited from your ancestors around money, stories that we've been born into about money. There may be guilt around money, shame, or there may be a greed, an obsession with money as well. So however you are exploring money in this moment in your lifetime, we can look at how you are with money and what could shift so that you are in a good flow with it, so that you feel really good about money. So I hope that all makes sense. I will guide you through everything step by step as we go. And I think we're ready to begin. So to do this work, I want you to make yourself super comfortable. You can either be sitting up supported or lying down. If you tend to go to sleep when you do these sorts of exercise, then sitting up can really help. Make yourself cozy, make yourself warm, because when we settle down, and we'll be journeying for probably another half an hour or so, then you may well get a little bit chillier. And so having a blanket can help you stay warm and stay connected and not be distracted by what's going on with the physical. Okay, so making yourself comfortable, I'm going to begin to guide you. Let's choose which mallets we want to work with today, because we want to raise our vibration up. So let's begin with our largest gong, Sedna, as we start to relax and soften in, tuning into our highest vibrations today to connect with the spirit of money. I want you to start just by relaxing the physical body. And as you relax into the physical body, relaxing through the forehead, around the eyes, the cheeks and the jaw, the mouth and the tongue, softening, letting go. Relaxing down into the neck and the shoulders. Relaxing down into the arms, the hands and the fingers. Relaxing down through the back, across the chest, down into the lower back, the lower abdomen, down through the pelvis, into the hips, into the thighs, down to the upper arms, the forearms, the hands and fingers, relaxing into the lower legs too now, the ankles, feet and toes. So we've sent a message of relaxation from the very top of our head all the way down to the tips of our toes. If you haven't already, just softening your eyes, closing your eyes, as we start to tune into our imagination to awaken our third eye consciousness. I want you to imagine that your mind is completely empty, like the void of space, except for a tiny sparkle of pure white light far away in the distance in the void. And like a shooting star coming towards you, it starts to get bigger and brighter and bigger and brighter. And it starts to fill up the void, getting bigger and brighter now, and starting to move through into the physical body as well, like a wave. Allow it to expand into your mind and into your physical body as well. So it's moving down through the neck and the shoulders, the arms, into the hands and fingers, down through the back and the chest, the abdomen, the lower back, all the way down through the hips, the pelvis, the thighs, down even deeper into the calves and the shins, the ankles, the feet and the toes. Now it's expanding out of you, just an inch first of all, then into the aura that surrounds you. So that you're in the middle of a ball of pure white light now. Expanding out into the room that you're in. Expanding out into the landscape that surrounds you. And imagine it's like a second skin, so that you can sense the landscape around you. Now let's take it even further. Let's expand out around the whole planet, so that you can feel yourself connecting to space, connecting to the infinite, and wrapping your energy field around the earth. And as we're connecting into the infinite, we're connecting also to infinite potential. Now setting our intention as we come back, that we're going to go on a journey to connect with our money spirit guide. Let's start to bring our energy field back till it becomes that tiny spark of light in the mind. So drawing it back into the landscape around you, drawing it back into the building that you're in, the room that you're in, and then drawing it back into your energy field around you, your aura, then drawing it back into your skin, and then drawing it back all the way till it becomes that tiny point of pure white light in the mind's eye again. That's really good. Now picturing that little white light in whatever way you can, and choosing the place in nature where you're going to journey to today. Let's start that journey together. Imagine now that that little white light is leaving through the crown chakra, and as it leaves through the crown chakra, it starts to fly out through the window or the door, and it's surrounded by a golden light. And it starts to fly towards the place in nature that you've chosen today, across the landscapes, the fields, the farms, the urban environments and the countryside, forests and rivers. Maybe you're going even further. Maybe you're going across mountains or oceans. You start to see the place in nature where you're going to descend to begin the journey. And as you see that place in nature, you start to come down like an aeroplane coming into land. Gently now, our feet touch the earth, and we become fully present in that place in nature. The golden mist subsides, and you start to tune into this space. Now I want you to look around for a way to ascend, to go up. Remembering this is your imagination, If you can't see something obvious, I want you to create something. Before, when I've been in this situation, I've asked for help from Spirit too, and Spirit has thrown down a giant rope ladder and I've climbed up it. So however you want to ascend now, let's start that ascension, journeying upwards through the layers of the atmosphere, climbing higher and higher, moving higher and higher until we feel ourselves popping through the barrier, the boundary between the middle realm where we live our daily lives and the upper realm which connects us to higher consciousness and our spirit guides. Feeling yourself popping through that barrier now. And as you pop through that barrier, starting to connect in with the landscape that surrounds you. And now let's immediately call for our guide. Calling for our money spirit guide. Calling for our money spirit guide. We're calling for our money spirit guide. Let's just be patient and see who comes. You may have one, you may have more. They may come in different forms. And now when they come to you, just explain to them why you're here. Perhaps you would like to ask them some questions about your financial situation. You might like to ask, what are the blocks to financial abundance for me? To ask, how might I release those blocks? Perhaps there's a little ritual or a meditation. Or a type of healing that you can explore to release those blocks. Shamans are collectively teaching that this is a time of healing for all humanity, that we are moving out of the dark past into a brighter future, where we will live in harmony and peace and abundance, that we will remember that we exist in a field of plenty where everything is taken care of by nature. How can we remember that? How can we remember that we live in abundance? What epigenetic wounds might we wish to heal so that we can move into the story of the new earth, where we live in harmony and abundance? You may have more questions that are more specific for your own experience with money. So I'm going to give you some space now to do the work in your own way, to have a conversation with your money spirit guides and explore this new relationship. And I'll call you back in a little while. Before we come back to our bodies, I want to remind you to ask for assistance, to ask for help with your finances if you need to. You might need clarity. You might need help creating healthy boundaries for yourself around money. You might need a new teacher, a new mentor around your business or money. Asking now for the help that you need. Ask the spirit realm and the spirit guides to help us to manifest the dreams that we're calling into being. Soon it's going to be time for us to come back, so I want you just to complete any exercises that you are doing at the moment with your guides, any conversations. And if you've travelled within the upper realm, journeyed within the journey, it's time to start making your way back to the place where we first entered this landscape. Start making your way back towards the portal. Your guide can help you. Now finding ourselves back at the portal, we thank our spirit guide or guides. We start to make our descent down through the barrier between the spirit realm and the middle world where we live our daily lives. Popping through that layer, climbing down, whether it's down a tree, a mountain, or a ladder, or something else. Coming all the way down now till we touch the ground in our place in nature. The golden mist comes and guides you and scoops you up into the sky, and we start traveling home to our bodies across the landscapes, the countryside, the forests, the farms, the urban environments, the cities, the towns, the rivers or oceans, mountains and valleys. Starting to see now the place where our body is resting coming into view. Starting to descend into that landscape now. Noticing the place our body is resting, whether it's in a house or somewhere else. Coming down into land, coming back into the building, the space that you're in, coming back through the crown chakra into your body. Welcome home, everyone. Welcoming you all home. Coming back with the knowledge that we've gathered, the healing that we might have experienced, the new perceptions, the new awareness. Now I'd like you to spend some time journaling so that you can remember as much detail as possible from this journey. It might just be brief bullet points, or it could be pages and pages, depending on how detailed an experience you had. Once you've done that, you can reflect on it. Maybe there's some guidance that you can follow up. Maybe you want to create yourself a money altar the way we have here, with different, I've got a Ganesh guide and a cacao guide as well with the money here. But however works for you, so that you can continue the work that we've done today to help us to call in the abundance that we're calling in, or the new perspectives on finances and the release of the boundary, the release of the blockages that is stopping us manifesting our financial goals. So before we completely close, we just need to close the directions and say goodbye to everybody that we've called in. That also allows us to shut down the shamanic brain so that we come back to our daily lives. And it's a little bit easier to navigate with not too much information coming in from that quantum field all at once at the same time. Okay, so to do that, I like to use a rattle. And we have a rattle here with 405 stones in, which represents the 405 spirit guides that we have. And that might help you also, if you had more than one guide today, to trust that it's all right to have more than one. There are many beings out there that wish to assist us and are ready if we call on them. And also to remind you that even though we're closing this circle, we can still call on our spirit guides when we're not in ceremony, when we're just navigating our daily lives. So you might want to include them in a little meditation exercise if you're working on your own abundance at the moment. But let's release our friends, and then we can close the ceremony, and you can get on with whatever magical evening or day you are getting up to today. So connecting in with the spirits of the East, we thank you. We thank the dawn, the rising sun. We thank the fire element and condor and eagle for helping us to fly high and see with eagle eyes, and for helping us to bring home our dreams so they can manifest into being on earth. We thank you and release you. Ho. We thank our friends in the south, the water, the flow of life, the day and the warmth of the noon sun and snake, for helping us to release ourselves of any burdens that we're carrying, any blockages, so that we can evolve into the fullness of who we are. We release you. Aho. Connecting in with our friends in the west, we thank you. We thank you for the earth, the fertility of life, the dusk, the setting sun. We thank you for helping us to face any shadows that are preventing us from reaching our highest goals, and we release you. Aho. We thank our friends in the north, the night and the bright moon shining, the air and clarity of thought. We thank Hummingbird and our ancestors for reminding us where we are on the journey so that we can trust that we will come home to the dream that we're daring to dream. We love you and release you. Aho. Coming around now to the floor and Mama Earth, just dropping down for a moment. As I touch the ground, I'm connecting in and thanking Mother Earth and all our earth relations. Thank you for the abundance you bring. Thank you for the delicious food. Thank you for the shelter and everything. Thank you for the balance and the harmony that we are manifesting as we move forward into the new earth. We love you and release you. Connecting up now with the sky realms, we connect with Father Sky, and we release you. Now we connect with Grandfather Sun and release you. Grandmother Moon, we thank you, and we want to thank the star nations, the cosmic realm relations. We thank you and release you. And now, Great Spirit, you have 1,000 names, yet are still the unnameable one, the creative force that flows through all that is. We love you and release you. Aho. Now, this connection that we all have with money is a very unique individual one for each of us. So I haven't described too much the spiritual laws of success that are out there that you will find through many different teachers, which are all beautiful to explore. But this really was about your connection to money, your blocks, and whatever else you're calling in specifically. So I would love to know what you've learned, how you experienced it, and let me know if you would like to through the YouTube comments. You can also get in touch with me more personally through email or the other multiple portals of communication that we have these days. Thank you everybody for joining me. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to be updated on the next ceremony that's coming. And I look forward to seeing you in ceremony very soon. Thank you.